Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off from U.S. Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a game to the rookie from Wake Forest. Nice cut back to the right sideline. And a great play comes to an end. He's out of bounds just inside the red zone. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
That one connects. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 6-0 lead right away. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. Oh, he gets popped at the end of that one. What a painful end to what was a really solid run back. New set of downs for him from the 31. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
At the 32-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. Racing down the left side. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, I love that.
From the red zone now. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Vikings break the tie here in the 1st. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown. Record there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Looking quickly here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning trap. 300 feet in the air. He hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here, football, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes the pocket. This connects with Higgins. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
They've got first down here from the 36. Now give it to Mason. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. And on the South had that incredible breakout season last year was Zach Bond.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pick it off and get points point after. Point after is up and through. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Got a man downfield, and Goddard has it. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-score game. Dallas Goddard, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Eagles 14. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Working now from the gun. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow their early lead to 13. Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. The Vikings have played to an early lead. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Offense to the line, 2nd down. Back to throw, Hurts. This is complete, downfield to Smith. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. First down from the 42.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Giving him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. Escapes a defender. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 19 on that pickup. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was...
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A loss of 4 yards. 63.
Throwing from the gun here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Buys time, rolling right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover. Wisely throwing it away.
A 42-yard attempt.
Elliott connects there. And that'll get him back to 11.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Miles Price. Making some progress here. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down. Good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offense to the line fast.
Back at the 31-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. Completed to his running back. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. That's caught for the first. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. They get 23 on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
They'll run now on 2nd down. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll throw 3rd and long. Sends this to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Rick Woolen with the INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Chased out to his right. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. That's Bobby Okereke.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at the 21-yard line.
2:01. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Knicks now on first and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
To throw, here's Nix. Throw is caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings boat racing them to the halftime locker room. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. Oh, but I believe he was able to get it back. Nearly a costly special teams error, but they're able to hang on to the football.
You could feel, even up in the booth, a full-on panic there for just a moment. But he did make sure it never overwhelmed him. He picks the ball back up. May have cost him some yards, but it didn't cost them the possession.
He's throwing deep to the left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we can get burned deep.
Another try from the 25. It's second and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's incomplete on second down. It was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. So they're left facing third and long.
The coverage by Bobby Okereke.
So 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. On third down, it's Hurts. Short pass brought in. Jukes a man, he's running free. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
It's a gain of
They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard
And
line.
again, here's Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions.
And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Offense in a hurry up here.
Gain on the play. And it's third down.
It's Hurts once again. Barkley's got it. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
26,
Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout.
gain on the play.
And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Only 2 yards to the marker, and they're going for it here on fourth. Hurts yet again. This interception is also dropped, but they're still going to take possession as the incomplete pass forces a turnover on downs here.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense up to the line fast.
A 7-yard pickup.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Now he'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
To kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10. Third quarter's going to start with a run by Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the 25-yard
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. The Vikings bring pressure, and they got him. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough third down.
A loss of 11 yards. And it's third down.
Third and long for him here. Look at that power. Deep left side. Oh, no. They get him yet again. And the Vikings are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
They've got first down here from the 36. There's a dive up the middle. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. They give it to him again. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Gain 15 there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Left side secured by Ayuk. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Reichert connects there. And that stretches the lead to 21.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Got a man downfield, and Goddard has it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Play action. Hurts has it. Absolutely fires this one right side. He's got it inside the 10. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Working inside the red zone. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles get it back to a 14-point game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Nix from the gun. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's the handoff. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Nix looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They gain 11 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house. They've got 1st down here from the 36.
They'll give running right. He's still going at the 30. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. This is the end of the third quarter. The Vikings hold both a football and a solid lead as they try to close this one out. After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. They pitch it out to him here. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
I can hear it now, Kate, before it even comes out of my mouth when I say anybody but a receiver or corner is the best athlete on the field. But I'm starting to really feel like these DNs in today's NFL game are the best athletes. And when you watch one chase down a play like that for negative yards, I'll make my case and I'll stay in my opinion.
T. Higgins, the intended receiver. So that brings up 4th and long. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Reichert connects there. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you can call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Hurts setting up to throw. Hits his running back. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hurts to throw. Forced out to his right. He can run it. On the move, past the 40. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. New set of downs from 37. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. The throw right side, caught by Goddard. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to throw, Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Buys time, rolling right. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
Set up for the 2-point conversion.
Hurts looking to throw. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
Vikings 41, Eagles 30.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Now give left side. Spins his way into the open field. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
First down, and they go right back to it. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
He's going to push one deep down there. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked up by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles have some new life in the fourth.
I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for Eagles. First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first down, Hurts. Has it down close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
At their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Trying the right side. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
They're going to pass it here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gobbled up on the right side. That's Ayuk. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On first down, they'll run. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Ooh, not much time to adjust, but he catches it still off the tip. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
The Eagles into the nickel, 3rd down coming. Looking to throw. He rolls to his right. Connection made with his back deep downfield. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. It is caught at the 20. And he will get it down to the 16-yard line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown. And there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now Hurts getting his guys set for this 2-point play.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And the two-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. Less than 25 seconds to go. This onside try is for the game. Oh, the Eagles are celebrating, and they did. They got that one back.
You just simply can't understate how difficult getting that ball back was. Kick's got to be perfect. The bounce has to be perfect. And then there's got to be someone right there lucky enough to get on the ball, right time, right spot. Big-time recovery.
Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 2nd and 3 now. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 3 now.
Great. 180. Hey, Silver. Out. Tiger Hornet.
Setting up to pass. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. This one misses the tight end. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Great. Set. Hey, 180. Carl Leviani. Delta.
Throwing now. And that's incomplete. Just 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
Great. Set. 180. Carl Leviani. Delta.
Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
So it's a win for the Vikings. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say that the top-ranked defense in the NFL probably going to